Hello everyone, my name is Walid Uthman. I'll be explaining my module, which is the carbon consumption status. So, first we have the child diagram for the water consumption status. It takes the user input for water consumption and then the user input for time and duration. And then the system calculates the total water consumption and stores it in the water consumption file. And then we have the electricity consumption status. The system takes the amount of kilowatts as input for electricity consumption, and then it takes the time and duration, and then it takes the unit number and then calculates the total electricity consumption and then stores it in the electricity consumption file. And then there is the waste consumption status. The user gives the amount of waste thrown out as input, and then the user gives the date and time, and then the system calculates the total waste consumption and stores it in the waste consumption file. And then there is the recycled cooking oil consumption status. The system takes the amount of cooking oil as input, and then the date and time, and then calculates the total amount of cooking oil and stores it in the cooking oil consumption file. And now for the prototype demo. Okay, so for screen 1, which is the consumption data menu, when the user clicks on the consumption data menu, you can see electricity consumption, water consumption, waste consumption, and oil consumption. If they press on electricity consumption, they will be able to enter their electricity usage in kilowatts, and then the start of usage date, and then the system calculates all the way until the current date, from the start of usage date until the current date. And then the user inputs the unit number and presses submit, and then the system calculates the total amount of electricity. And then if the user clicks on the water consumption option, they can enter their water usage in liters, and then the start of consumption date all the way till current date, and then they can click submit to calculate the total water. And then for the waste consumption, they enter their waste amount in kilograms, and then the start of consumption date, and then they press submit. And then for the recyclable cooking oil consumption, if the user presses on this option, they can enter their oil consumed amount in liters in the start, and then they enter the start of consumption date, and they click submit. And now I can show a quick run of the prototype for this module. Okay, so the user clicks on consumption data, and here they can click on first electricity consumption. They can enter their electricity usage in kilowatts, and then they can enter the start of usage date, and then the unit number, and then they can submit. They can go back and can enter the water consumption, enter their consumption, and then enter the consumption date and submit. And then what this does is that it stores when the user enters their data and press submit, the system calculates the total consumption of electricity, for example here, and then it stores it in the electricity data store. Okay, so for they can enter the water waste consumption, enter their data, and then submit. And the oil consumption, and then they enter their data, and then they submit. And that's it for the carbon consumption status module. Thank you so much for watching.